The year is 1957. Imagine this. You're the most powerful and untouchable mafia figure in New York City. You walk into the barbershop to get a trim up, but little do you know what's coming. Two masked men walk into the barbershop and shoot you 10 times. No time to react or fight back. You're dead before you can blink. We're talking about Albert Anastasia. Hi, I'm Kelsie.
I'm Macy.
This is the Mystery Show podcast, and today we're talking about Albert Anastasia.
Albert Anastasia is one of the most respected and well-known mob bosses from the mid-20th century. Do you know anything about him?
I do. I know a little bit about his childhood. His dad died in World War I, and so that left his mother raising 8 kids.
Oh, wow.
And being a single mother. And they all lived in extreme poverty in Italy.
So, that's probably why he turned to crime, right?
More than likely.
Yeah, just, based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he was barely having shelter and food, so he probably turned to crime just to have a sense of security.
Yeah.
But we can get into that later as
Yeah.
to why he joined the mafia, because of his sense of security.
Do you think Anastasia was always a criminal?
I think he was raised around a lot of criminal activity, so it was always just normal to him. So we don't know anything from back when he was in Italy, because he illegally emigrated to the US when he was 17. But we do know that in 1921, he was put on trial for murdering someone on the waterfront. And he got out on a technicality, and ever since then, he's been making witnesses disappear.
Oh, wow.
So, he never got caught again. Relating back to his childhood, do you think it was just his family that was doing all the crime around him, or his friends, or the people around him?
I think I remember. I read about his brother, Anthony, also known as Tough Tony. He was a mobster in the
Tough Tony is crazy.
In the Gambino crime family, and controlled the Brooklyn waterfront. He used his connection as Albert's brother to get advantage in the crime family.
So they worked the waterfront together?
They did.
Okay, because I knew, there's not a lot known about his siblings. We only know about Tough Tony, right?
Yeah.
And we know did they emigrate together?
Yeah, him and his brother immigrated to the U.S., and they ended up killing a longshoreman on the way there.
Is that what he was on trial for?
Yes. But he retrialed. A key witness disappeared before his retrial. But as Anastasia climbed the ranks to the top of the mafia, did his behavior ever get worse? Was he ever...
Oh, yeah. It got a lot worse as he climbed the ranks, because he knew he had all this power, so he could basically do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he would start to call hits on people for personal issues that weren't business related at all.
Oh, wow. Well, how do you think you could look at Anastasia's behavior from a psychological stance?
Okay, so I've actually been doing a bit of research on this about social psychology and forensic psychology. I feel like social psychology could relate to them because social psychology is how people act because of others around them, which is kind of like what I was talking about before.
Like Tough Tony.
Yeah, but I think Anastasia acted tough because of his reputation, and he didn't want his reputation to get worse or people to try to overthrow him, so he progressively acted crazier and crazier to maintain this crazy reputation so no one messes with him. And then forensic psychology, it basically applies psychological principles to explain criminal behavior. And Anastasia was definitely a psychopath, which explains his repeated violence and his leadership in the mob. This could have developed through early trauma, like his dad dying, or his mom being a single mom, or extreme poverty. Do you have anything else to say?
I actually have been researching other things like the cognitive theory and behaviorism against the Anastasia. Anastasia, for cognitive theory, learned his ways from watching and imitating other criminals and just like his people around him. He saw these rewards that they were getting, like the power and all this stuff that they received from their violence, and later experienced himself being motivated by his own horrible acts. He likely used his self-absorbed thought patterns to justify his crimes and blame others for his crimes because he didn't want to get in trouble. He maintained a good self-image despite his notoriety. And for behaviorism, it mainly focuses on external and observable events rather than internal thoughts or motivations. Anastasia's criminal behavior was likely learned from the environment that he lived in.
All of that to say, even if you're the most powerful person in New York City, you can still end up on the other side of the gun. Thanks for listening.
Bye!